Hello friends, it's me, and today MrBeast's old video. Let's check out knives in video games cost more than real life from MrBeast. Together, let's go.
It is pretty much common knowledge that knives in CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, are actually worth hundreds of dollars. Yes, knives in a video game are worth hundreds of dollars. And it's because these knives are very, very rare, and you actually have a really small chance of getting one. And to be honest, I don't know how I thought of this idea. I'm not ripping off another YouTuber. I did all the research on my own. I didn't really steal this idea from anyone. But
MrBeast makes a very good point. Supply and demand. If your demand is high and supply is low, the cost is going to be extremely high.
Decided, why don't we compare the cost of these knives in real life to the cost of these knives in the video game. Now, I personally have never really played Counter-Strike, but I do understand the basic principles. Knives that are like factory new are worth a lot more than knives aren't, and like, you know, harden, fade, like the skins on the knife make them worth more. There are different factors that make each knife worth more than the other, and just things like that. The first knife we're going to be talking about is the Karambit, which is currently selling for $35 on KnifeCenter.com. It's actually on sale. It's usually worth $60. So the knife in real life is worth $60.
But having said that, do recognize that this video came out like what, 10 years ago, around there, a decade ago. A lot of things have changed. So sorry.
If you go to the video game Counter-Strike and try to buy that knife, it's going to cost you around $250, between $200 to $300. In fact, dozens of people have paid $250 to buy this knife in the past 7 days. And just to clarify, this is just the knife by itself. It's not, you know, factory new, it doesn't have a skin. This is just a plain knife, or at least I'm pretty sure it's just a plain knife. I don't really know much about it. But the next one we're going to be talking about is the butterfly knife, which you can buy for $25 in real life. But if you try to buy it in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it's going to cost you around $150. And again, like the Karambit, this is something that people buy every day. Every day people spend hundreds of dollars on knives in Counter-Strike. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. It's honestly, you know, it's really impressive how Counter-Strike built this whole market thing around the game, and how if you open a case with a knife, that knife is actually worth a lot of money. I'm by no means bashing Counter-Strike people and saying this is dumb. It is actually really intriguing how an item in a video game can be that rare and people can care that much to pay this amount of money for that knife. But since we're talking about the butterfly knife, if you try to buy since we're talking about the butterfly knife, if you try to buy a colored butterfly knife on bladeops.com, it's going to cost you just under $20, and that's for a butterfly knife with some color on it. But if you tried to buy a butterfly knife fade in the video game, that's going to run you about the same cost as the Karambit, $200 to $300. That is a lot of money, and like I said, it's pretty cool how CSGO has built a marketplace and actually has a fan base that's willing to spend this money, this much money on the game. So anyways, those are just a couple examples. I don't want to do too much more because I'm really not familiar with the game, and I don't want to misstate a bunch of facts and people get mad at me. I just think it's ridiculous how you can compare the cost of the IRL knife to the video game knife and just see how big of a difference it is for pixels on a screen. Some other information that I found when I was looking up stuff for this video is someone actually bought a knife for $400 and then turned around and sold it for $24,000, supposedly the greatest turnaround of a knife in CSGO. I do not know if that's true or not. Sounds kind of fake.
If that's possible, what?
But it's just something I read, and I also saw someone mention that in a YouTube video, so that's that. Anyways, that's pretty much the video in a nutshell. Sorry for how short it is, just straight and to the point. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've actually ever bought a knife before. Like I said, I've only played Counter-Strike a couple of times. I'm a little noobish, and sorry if anything I said in this video is not true. I tried to research it and make sure all my facts were accurate. And remember, meth equals death.
That's a lot of money. Well, to be honest with you, that's a lot of money. Oh, wow. And thank you so much for MrBeast for sharing this information. That's nuts, you know, jaw-dropping, literally jaw-dropping. Thank you so much, subscribe, thank you.